Ever could I do this if force? While increasing the funds, we're still checking the scores. Whether it's high goals galore or we're coming up short, still the passion is up in arms, loud as hell to the core. Analysis along with stats, now Jerry runs through that. While G's keeping it G, we'll play a race with facts. No cap, we keep it thorough, keep it true. For every borough, tuning into the thesis of true clean. See you're tuning to the pitch. Talking ballers, goal stats or kits that keep it fly for every player, ball and slick. See you're tuning to the pitch. Talking all the fundamentals of the sport we love. Perfect show, feeling flow. See you're tuning to the pitch. See you're tuning to the pitch. We welcome you to the pitch. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're so fine. I really wanna make you mine. Sit back and let's unwind. And we can take a bottle of some wine. Ooh. So are you down to rock with me? Cause girl, you fly just like my G. And I need to know, I need to know. Are you really down for anything? 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 Left side, come on. Right side, come on. Left side, all sides, Play on, play on. Play on, play on. Oh yeah. Oh, you're so fine. I really want to
Just killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system since Blue left. You don't want to change from the 4-3. Boom, boom, boom. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, people? We are back again on the Jerry James Show for the first Europa League show, man. And this is crazy. This is crazy, man. Last time we were in the Europa League, I remember being at uni and Sturridge taking one dumb outside of the foot finish. And shout out to Jide, he's in the chat sometimes as well. It was there with me. We got gassed and we ended up getting packed by Sevilla. Like it hurt. That game hurt, man. That game fully hurt. But we're back there, man. We're not obviously doing up Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We're back on Thursday night. The banter's gonna come. Do you know what I mean? Channel 5 football. Do you know what I mean? Europa nights and all of this type of stuff. But it is what it is, man. We're there. And it's a competition that, do you know what I mean? Klopp has not won as Liverpool manager. So it's something that I think we should actually be going for. And if I'm being really honest, just straight off the bat, for some reason, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about the game. Now, I don't know why that is. I don't know. What's this cat doing? Jesus. I don't know why that is. I don't know. I know we're not in the Champions League. And I've got a feeling that a lot of us as fans are kind of just have disrespected the Europa League a lot of the time. And yes, I have done it as banter before, speaking to United fans, speaking to whoever, right? But it's a very tough competition to win, man. Very tough. You know, the group stages, you navigate them really well, but with the amount of games and then the types of teams that are coming down with some solid Europa League teams, it's very difficult to navigate. So, look, I'm excited. I'm excited for obviously a multitude of reasons. Not only are we going to be able to go and see some new signings such as Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, kind of show what they can do on the European stage. We're going to get to see a lot of youngsters, you know, the likes of Ben Doak, Kevin Kelleher as well. Like a lot of players that I would like to go and see getting a lot of game time, man. So look, we're going to get into this. Do you know what I mean? Make sure as soon as I get in front of the camera, as always, make sure you are smashing a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please, we're en route to 200 million subscribers. So please make sure you're smashing that subscribe button. Now, at the end of the video, you might enjoy the type of content I'm doing, innit? It is what it is. We're not doing it for numbers. We're doing it for, do you know what I mean, the content. But I need you guys just letting me know that cool, what we're doing, what we're talking about, you like it. But before I get into anything, I need to get into you guys in the comments. I'm going to do that straight off the bat. We got Alexander Day Lost in the building. Big up to yourself, saying back in Europa. We got Andy Renari in the building saying the Dortmund game last time. Yeah, the Dortmund game was top, man, but we just couldn't follow it up. Big up to M Time is in the building as well. Big up to yourself. And we've got Andy Renari saying, just don't want to play our bogey team, Brighton. Yeah. Look. Of course, we're going to get into that 100%. But look, Europa League, for me, I'm going into this game, and it's a weird one. I want to rest some players. I mean, we've had such a good start that I don't want anything that we do to curtail what happens on the weekend. You know, we've got West Ham and then Brighton after that, if I believe correctly. So it's going to be obviously a difficult couple games. Get 9 points out of there, and I think we all know what type of season Liverpool are going to be in for, regardless of whether we re-rate it or not. But for me, I'm looking at this game and, you know, I want to see some real positive lineups. I want us to maybe change some things in terms of personnel, but also keep us very fresh and keep up the momentum we've been building. So it's going to be very difficult, I think, for Klopp in the majority of positions to actually make a decision on who plays, who starts, who doesn't. You know, the squad's actually being announced as well from Klopp, so we will run through that in a minute. But for me, it's going to be interesting, man. Of course, we're coming up against opposition that we don't know. LASK, the Austrian outfit. And what we're going to do now, before we get into anything about Liverpool, is just talk about LASK. A lot of us don't know who LASK are, so we might as well run through it together. Break down who they are, who their best players are, what's the likelihood of them, being able to put up any kind of fight or offensive kind of onslaught onto our team. And that's where we seem to be susceptible at the moment. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting, in my opinion, man, especially this game. And as I said, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And it brings me back to just back in the day, innit? Like Liverpool being a cup team in the Europa League. Yeah, man. I don't know. For me, I'm like I said, I'm very, very excited, man. For some reason, I'm very excited. But cool. Let me get this thing up. So as we're talking here, so talking about LASK people, obviously they are they're an Austrian outfit based in the north of Austria, currently sitting third in the league with four played 7, won 4, lost 1 and drawn 2. And drawn 2. So, I mean, decent outfit. The same league that Salzburg come from, and we know what kind of pressure they kind of put onto us when we win the Champions League. You know, the likes of Haaland and stuff coming through Salzburg itself. But the Austrian League does have some decent teams, and LASK seem to be that team that are there or thereabouts. You know, last season coming third in the league as well. So no real slouches. Of course, the league isn't the best league, but I think they're still to be respected, man. Of course, they're forming in competitions right now, in all competitions, very similar to Liverpool's. In the last 7 games, only drawn 2 and won the rest. So they actually lost their only game to the team that's actually second in the league above them. So, I mean, I think the team's called SK or so. I'm not too sure about the team, so apologies, people. But yeah, they're only 4 points behind Salzburg, so not a bad outfit at all. Looking at the team, of course, they've done decent, man. They've done decent. Of course, obviously Salzburg being a juggernaut in the league, but they're obviously trying to finish best of the rest. So they're not to be obviously looked down upon, man. And looking at their team, especially, they've been able to score goals, and that's one thing that they've been very, 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 very good at. I think a lot of people were surprised at how they were able to, get on the ball and score a lot of goals in these games. They play a very, very kind of different formation, and they vary it. So sometimes they go with a 4-3-3. Other times they do go with the 3 at the back. And obviously we know coming up against Liverpool, their captain, who we're going to get onto, actually spoke about this being their biggest game of the season. So for them already, what mentality they're going in there with. So I do want us to have a good game against them, but also a game that's going to test us mentally, because I think it might stabilize our season and put us in the right mind frame to kind of go again on all fronts as well. So straight off the bat, what I'm going to do, people, is I am going to show. Hold on, is it this one? Yes. So we're going to go and show the LASK lineup. Oh, no. There we go. So you guys should be able to go and see that. So amazing. So as we can go and see people, in goal, they've got a guy called Lawal. He's an okay keeper. I'm not really going to go and talk about who he is. We are playing away, Andy, by the way. We are playing away. As we see here, they do play with a back four, but I believe they're going to be playing with a back three, and actually played with a back three, last game out, in which they won 3-1 as well. Their main threat will be this guy up front, people, and there will be this guy up front, Zulj. He scored twice on the weekend as well. Havel also scored as well. He's got. Hold on, let me make sure that I'm not spewing nonsense, because I've put effort into this. Let me just go back to my notes. So looking at LASK as well. 2 seconds. Let's go and have a look. How many goals? I can't find. Where did I put it? Anyway, what it is, this guy's on a lot of form. He's on a lot of form, people. He scored, I think, in 7 games. He's got 4 goals and 5 assists. So he's been a massive, massive player. That's it, 4 goals, 5 assists in all comps. So he's been really, really, really good for them. Kind of target man player, can link off, can spin in behind as well. This guy, apologies for the image. The image is wrong. This isn't the right Havel, but they've got a Havel guy. A Czech from Czech Republic, a 20-year-old that's going to be playing on the left. I'd assume this isn't his image, but he's 20 years old. He's also a striker and also can cause problems. And their actual marquee signing is a player that they got on loan from Roma, Darbo, the Gambian international, so the compatriot of our own, obviously, former number 8 Naby Keita. Very, very good midfielder. But he's unavailable, trying to get back to fitness. So he's actually only played 1 reserve game for LASK. So I do see him starting on the bench. But this is the team that they went with. And I think they're going to go with this same team. A lot of new signings in Andrade as well, who's obviously a Brazilian centre-back. And yeah, Flecker, also a decent player. And George Bello to go and look out with as well, a player with a lot of energy. So in terms of that, it's really, really important to go and have a look at, obviously, these teams. Their average age is really, really low. So their average age is about 24 years old. So they're a very, very, very young team. Do have some experience in there. But, as an example, Havel, the guy that plays on the left wing, he's valued at 500k, people. So this is a team we should definitely be able to go and cook. However, it's just important to go, obviously, and be careful when looking at a team like this. So 100%, that's obviously the opposition review that we've got for you today. The next thing that we're going to do when we're going to go and get into it now is I'm going to get into what I believe, and I'm going to play manager. I'm going to pretend to be Klopp. Let's go and have a look at the potential lineup for Liverpool. So if I go here, let's share this tab here. All right, cool. So, look, this game is a game that I want us to go relatively strong with, but I also want our depth to be tested. Yes, it was tested against Wolves, but I do want to go and see some of the youngsters play, and also some Gravenberch especially play, which kind of alludes to what I'm going to kind of do. But I want him to go and get some minutes under his belt and see what he can do and kind of gel the rest of the kind of the players that are on the fringes at the moment in the team. So for me, straight off the bat, I'm going with Kelleher in goal. Reason being is obviously I think this is a great opportunity for Kelleher to go and get some games under his belt. As we know, there were a lot of clubs and suitors after Kelleher's services in the summer. However, Klopp came out and did state that for Kelleher to leave, a big offer would have to come in for the player that would tempt the club to actually sell him. Suitors then ultimately pursued other targets, Tottenham being one of them that ended up signing Vicario. So we're seeing the level that Kelleher has been obviously compared to. Liverpool are obviously very, very keen on keeping the player. However, we've got the all-time kind of world-class Alisson in goal. So it's very difficult to go and have a look at Kelleher and say, you know what, you're going to get loads of game time. So look, having Kelleher here is great. I think we need to kind of get him as many minutes as possible. As we know, last season, Alisson started a lot of the games and Kelleher only played in the Carabao Cup. So he only got about 5 games, like 3-4 games last season. So it's not great at all. I think this provides a great opportunity for Kelleher to get some minutes under his belt and, show Europe what he's about as well and playing that European stage. For me, I'm going to start at left back. I think an easy one for me, who had a player that hasn't really seen any minutes so far this season, is Kostas Tsimikas. A lot of people not really fond of him. You know, he's okay. In my opinion, it's a position that a lot of fans wanted to see Liverpool upgrading, especially considering we're going to this kind of back three situation. There were a lot of questions about Robbo. However, Robbo in recent times has really, really come on in the last two games, especially been amazing, scoring a goal at Wolves that actually took us to 2-1 at the time. So great, obviously, performances from him. Tsimikas, on the other hand, not really getting a shout. And I believe, look, if he's travelling, and he is travelling, we're going to obviously go and get into that lineup. For me, what I'm going to do is really interesting. I'm going to go for Kwanzaa for Joel Kwanzaa at left centre back. Reason why I'm doing that is, although Virgil and Konate are back in the team, I don't think we play both of them because of the fact that we've got the game next. But however, I do believe they need minutes under their belt. Kwanzaa, I believe, will not play in the next games due to the fact that Konate is back from injury and Virgil van Dijk is back as well. And as we know, he's our skipper for this season. So Klopp don't muck about with skippers, especially Virg. You're playing every single game. So for me, I'm going with Joel Kwanzaa. And what I'm going to do is start Konate. Now, the reason I go and start Konate is that I think this is a great time for him to go and get some minutes under his belt after the injury. Also show his leadership skills of being able to kind of marshal a youngish back line. And also, I think at half-time, I believe I would want him to go and switch with Virgil van Dijk. And I would want Virgil van Dijk to get some match sharpness, before the game on the weekend against West Ham. So, for me, that's what I would do. And I think Virgil van Dijk would come on for Konate, so they'll get 45 minutes each. I would give Matip a kind of a rest. I don't think Matip's been that great for Liverpool this season. And look, maybe Matip does play in Konate and Virgil just come in. But me personally, this is what I would do. At right back, we've got a lot of issues, in my opinion. Calvin Ramsey's injured again. Clarkson's, or is it Clarkson? No, Clarkson. I'm going to go with Clarkson. He's injured, obviously injured as well. So currently our only right backs, obviously Trent being injured as well and targeting, obviously, West Ham. But it does seem as though he might be available after West Ham as well. So if that's the case, then, do you know what I mean? Trent's definitely not going to be available for this game. He's a doubt for the weekend as well with that hamstring injury. Apologies. So the only real options we've got are Joe Gomez and Mabea. Now, Joe Gomez is an interesting one because obviously we know about how injury prone this player is. He's played a lot of games from the beginning of the season for numerous reasons, playing at centre back, playing at right back in the last game. And he's another one that I don't think can play Saturday, Thursday, or Sunday, Thursday, and play multiple games because he starts to break down because of his injury issues. However, we don't really have any options, and unless we go with Mabea, who's in kind of the lineup, I just don't see that happening. So for me, I'm going with Joe Gomez, and I think he gets another run at right back, and I think maybe we try to go and do the same inverted thing. I think Klopp tries to go and do that to see if Gomez can come inside this way and kind of and see how that works for him, because I think he's going to go and have to do that on the weekend. So maybe some good options for him, and maybe at halftime he comes off for someone as well, maybe at the 60th minute. In the DM position, people, I'm going with Endo. I think that's an easy spot. Had a great performance against Germany in the international break. I think Japan running up 5-1 winners, resulting in the sacking of Hansi Flick, isn't it? So he had a great performance and hasn't really got a sniff at all since the international break. We've played 2 games since. Sorry, we've played 1 game since because of Wolves, but he didn't play the game before. I assumed with obviously McAllister coming back from obviously international break abroad in South America, I didn't think he would start, and I did think at halftime he'd be coming on, but he didn't get any minutes at all. For me, that suggests Endo right up there and playing, do you know what I mean, as a DM in this game. And this is what we bought him for. If he's not playing in these games, then I don't know why he's in the squad. But for me, this is where he goes and plays. At right centre mid, I am personally going with Harvey Elliott. The reason I'm going with Harvey Elliott is because I believe Harvey Elliott is a player that has proven that he can be that guy. He's come in and look, I've got a lot of doubts about him, but we can't deny his performances, especially getting that goal. Playing in the midfield, I think he's starting to take ownership of the fact that, you know what, I am now a much more senior player in this squad, not looking at his age, but just in terms of his experience now. We've let go of a lot of experience. We've got some new blood coming in. He understands the system. He knows what Klopp expects from him, and I think he deserves a chance to come into midfield. So I definitely go with that midfield. On the left, I'm going with the main man, the 40 million, 45 million euro signing from Bayern Munich, Gravenberch, who got maybe 4 minutes on the weekend after obviously signing for Liverpool just before the international break. Has trained multiple times as well. Has trained for like a couple of weeks now. So for me, this is a perfect game for him to go and come into, kind of bed himself into the Liverpool system. We can see what he can do. You know, a couple of mistakes get that kind of rustiness out of his game. So for me, it's a perfect game for him. I know he came on the right at the weekend. However, for Bayern Munich and for Ajax, he's always played on the left of the midfield or of a double pivot. So for me, I'm definitely going with Gravenberch on the left. This is where it gets really, really interesting, people. This is where it gets really interesting. Up front, I'm going with Darwin Núñez. Now, Darwin Núñez, he had a hamstring he was a hamstring doubt or kind of a doubt for the game on the weekend, sustaining a little twinge during the international break at half time. Wanted to obviously, he come off, but however, he came on against Wolves and was part of the reason why the game changed. Done really, really well, ran them ragged in that regard. And I think he deserves a shot as well. And in Europe, who knows, maybe this sparks him into life. Maybe he can go and get a couple chances, get a couple early goals, and his finishing can go and come back. Because those Newcastle goals were great, but then against who did we play after that? Not Wolves. Who did we play? Newcastle. He scores. Bournemouth. Yeah, both. He hits the post twice and stuff. So yeah, it wasn't Bournemouth, but I can't. My memory's gone mad. I'm tired today, people. But yeah, great player. I'm going over there. On the right, people, I'm going with the other main man, Ben Doak. I think he deserves a call-up. Everyone's seen the image of, obviously, Robbo slapping him in the face in training. If they haven't, I definitely recommend you guys seeing it. But look, great talent. Very, very dynamic. And I think it's a great stage for him to go and get, a start at Liverpool and show him what he can do. In an attacking sense and an offensive sense, I think he gives us a lot of that pace and dynamism, and him with Núñez can cause a lot of problems for that LASK team. So 100%. And then on the left, it's a very, very, very interesting dilemma. We could go Gakpo. We could go Diaz. We could go Jota. Me personally, I'm going Diaz. And I believe Diaz comes off at half-time to go and be replaced by either Diogo Jota or Cody Gakpo. I think he starts on the weekend. Wasn't in the team, obviously, against Wolves because, obviously, of travelling for international duty. But for me, 100% starts. I think that's the forward line I would want to go and see. And yeah, if I was Klopp, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to go and have a look now and see what you guys are saying in regards to that. Big up to we got a few comments in the building. Big up to Ramsey Salih as well, saying big up JJ. Hope you're doing well. I'm good. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. 2 seconds. G's in the building as well, so he's joining us shortly. There we go. But yeah, big up to Trudon saying whoa. All right, cool. I need to improve on that. But yeah, Alexander Love saying their fans didn't believe they would ever play Liverpool. History made 100%. We got Honesty saying Kelleher, Joey G, right back, Virgil van Dijk and Kwanzaa, Tsimikas left back. In midfield, he's going Endo, Gravenberch and Curtis Jones. Attack, Doak, Lucho, Gakpo, Núñez as a sub. Interesting. That's quite a strong forward line. Big up to Sideline Football saying, big up JJ brother, like and subscribe. Yes, people, please make sure we are liking and subscribing. Alexander Day Lost saying, is Kwanzaa even fit? Yes, I believe he's gotten over that cramp. He had a cramp issue over the weekend, so it wasn't an injury. He came off due to cramp. Obviously not used to playing so many games and the games at that level as well. So it's just a learning curve for him. Young player, I think he goes straight back in. Big up to Ali Nus saying, good evening, sir. Good evening to yourself. Big up to McConnell as well. We've got McConnell in midfield. Yeah, we do. I don't know if he'll be playing, but maybe so. We've got Honesty in the building saying Villa. There we go. It was Villa people. Big up to Jamie Phillips saying, good evening, fella. Good evening to yourself, Jamie Phillips. Hope you're doing well. Massive, obviously, celebrations and thanks and to higher powers or to the doctors, NHS people, whoever that have obviously gone and obviously provided great service and a great surgery to your daughter. Obviously, I know she had a neck fusion that was successful. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Guys, please send your love out to Jamie Phillips as well. Not streaming at the moment, but we'll be back soon. Big up to Michael Talks as well, saying the only threat LASK have is Elias Havel, LFC 4-0. Well, yeah, I mean, I spoke about Havel on the left of that front three. I do think their striker is going to be a main guy. I think their striker is going to bring a lot of players into play. And one thing about them is I don't think they're going to go and sit back, which means that I see us conceding in this game. I actually see us conceding. And reason being is because we know we're not the best defensively. Offensively, we can kill teams off, and we're going to go and do that. And I think we do win. However, I think we concede. Look, put it this way: we've played 7 games. This will be our 7th game in all competitions so far. We would have conceded in every single game apart from Villa. No matter who no matter who the opposition's been. Chelsea have been terrible. We beat Bournemouth. Wolves scored as well, and Wolves have been struggling to score. So I do see us conceding. However, I see us just wiping the floor with them. Got G in the building. Big up to G.
Yo.
What's going on? Yeah, big up. We're saying Michael Talks Football saying Klopp has to rotate. 100%. I think Klopp does have to rotate, but at the same time, I think he's gonna try and get some fitness into some lads. So I mean, we will rotate. We've got a squad to rotate, and yeah, I think it's a great chance to see some young players and some obviously some new signing as well. We've got Honesty saying no disrespect to LASK, but I want us to say of a couple of our main guys for West Ham and Spurs, those matches are massive. 100%, and that's kind of my thought process, obviously on signing, obviously, and kind of doing the squad. Which I'll get up again for G to see. G, can you see the screen? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just setting up in here, but yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, cool. As you can see, obviously that's the team that I've gone with for LASK. Away. Is there anything you would change in that team?
Nah, I think that's all right.
Yeah, me personally, I think, so obviously Kelleher in goal, I think that's kind of pretty bog standard. Obviously, I've got Konate in there because I think, obviously, coming back from that injury, I know he's probably going to start on the weekend, but I want him to get like a full half of football as opposed to getting that 10 minutes that he came on for, and then come on as a sub at halftime for Virgil van Dijk, who can get some match fitness and some match sharpness as well, just getting some touches on the ball before the weekend. Virgil's in the type of guy that needs to obviously, he hasn't been injured, so he's been training anyway. I know he's missed, obviously, a couple games, but it wasn't anything he's still training, and I think he just needs more touches and kind of getting that game fitness. I don't think his match fitness is going to go anywhere. Kwanzaa, obviously only came off in the last game because of cramp in his leg. So I've got a feeling he's not going to go and play the next couple games against Brighton and West Ham unless there's some crazy fitness issues or injuries that were to go and occur. So in that case, that's why I want him to go and get a full 90 now as well. Just have that taste of kind of European football. And then, and then obviously Tsimikas, self-explanatory. Endo, I mean, if you don't start now, then why did we get the brother?
You know that.
He needs to play this game. He played really, really well against Germany. Do you know what I mean? When Japan smote them, hasn't seen the light of day at all. Do you know what I mean? McAllister came off. Endo still didn't see pitch. So God knows, he might be the right back. Maybe he's going to be playing right back. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised. But obviously, Gravenberch as well, I want to go and see him. Elliot as well. He plays on the right. He's playing on the left. I think it's about time for him to get some minutes. I know he got a couple, literally 2 minutes at the end of the game against Wolves, but yeah, get to see him from the off. Diaz obviously came on at half time, but I think he'll be able to go and have another half in him and then kind of swap with Jota or Gakpo, depending on obviously which one of them Klopp decides to go with at half time. Because I think Diaz starts on the weekend regardless if he's fit. I just think he didn't start against Wolves because obviously of the travelling from the international break. Nunez, I think, starts as well. He came on again straight after half time, kind of changed the game. I think even if he comes on and plays maybe 60 minutes, depending on how he performs, maybe he plays against West Ham, maybe he starts, maybe we start with someone else, but I think it's a great chance for him to get some, obviously, starting minutes. And then Ben Doak, innit? The young G, I think he deserves to go and get some minutes against him. I think Salah will be on the bench. I think Salah will come on at some point because he's that type of guy, but yeah, I go with Ben Doak, man.
No, I think I'm trying to remember who's even still here. I think I see some people talking about.
Hold on, I'll show you the squad that is traveling to.
Big up everyone in the chat, by the way, man. Big up everyone.
Yeah, I'll show you the squad that's travelled to go and play LASK. So I'll get that up now. 2 seconds.
Bada bing. How are you though, anyway, man? What's again up, man? Everything good?
Yeah, man. I'm good. We're here, man. We're here. We're just doing the Europa, man. It's a different feeling. But I mean,
that's why I changed. That's why I changed the color, bro. You know what I'm saying, why? Like, this ain't normal colors. You feel me? I have to change the color scheme a little piece, like.
Oh, hold on. How did you get the orange? How did you do
bro,
that?
Bro, I had to change the color, bro.
We're in Europa League. Sock on your light bulb or something? Did you put like an orange sock on your light bulb? Is that what we're doing?
Bro, we have to come different now, bro. Like, this is Europa League. I can't do no bright lights and them thing there. That don't make no sense. Come on, man.
Hey. Hold on, let me try to get this up.
Big up Alexander, man. Said this lineup looks like a soccer aid, you know. Jesus Christ, man. Hey, show some respect, man. Show some respect to the guys on the pitch, bro. I'm saying your guys Nunez is on there. You know what I'm saying? I see Jerry put obviously the Diaz as well. You know, I mean, he's got his agenda players already in there. You know,
I've got my agenda. Agenda players. The only agenda players that are there are your agenda players that are playing.
That's not my agenda. These are not my agendas.
The agenda that I don't get is Diaz. I think you'd be all over Diaz. You've actually been walked by Klopp. You don't know what you're
No, bro. What did I say? What did I say the other day? What did I say? I say, if this was, I even admitted it. If this was back in the day, and I say back in the day, but like, let's say pre-Klopp, as an example, yeah. If this was pre-Klopp, Jerry's right, 100%. I'd be rating Luis Diaz. I'd be rating him a lot higher than I rate him currently. And I do rate him a piece, but just nowhere near as much as maybe I should, or maybe I could do. But ever since obviously Klopp's come here and I've seen the type of players, the system and that we use, yeah, man, Diaz just ain't really, you know what I mean? Like, but this season he's played all right. He looked lively on the weekend as well. This is the squad.
Yeah. So obviously we haven't heard the press conference yet because Klopp's speaking at 7 p.m. Today regarding obviously the team and injuries and stuff. But there's travelling squad, so the squad that has travelled. So obviously Alisson, Gomez, Endo, Van Dijk, Konate, Diaz, Szoboszlai, Nunez, McAllister, Salah, Curtis Jones, Gakpo, Elliot, Jota, Tsimikas, Robertson, Matip, Gravenberch, Bajcetic, Doak, Jarosz, Kelleher, and Kwanzaa.
Maybe Bajcetic would probably be one to. I think he might come on in the game. I think it's about time that he starts getting some minutes at some point in time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't really. Other than that, I think I probably would go with the team that you kind of picked. To be honest with you, I think Kwanzaa, as long as he's not injured. I don't know the situation after. I'm assuming Klopp.
Cramp supposedly.
Okay, cool. So I'm hoping that he's fine. You know what I mean? Now, yeah, that's about it, really. That's about it. Everyone else, yeah, should be touching bench, man. Don't want to see the Szoboszlais. McAllister, he's been a. Nah, I don't want to see that brother in this game anyway. But yeah, pick up Michael Talks. I saw you mention about, yeah, there is a League Cup game that we've got coming up soon as well. Yeah, I mean, in between not after this game because we got West Ham. After that West Ham game, we got a League Cup game. So again, certain players. I think so. Yeah,
and then Spurs.
And then Spurs, yes. I do believe that's guys. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that's how the fixtures are going for Liverpool. If that's the case, and I saw someone mention about Bobby Clark, yeah, he goes in them kind of games there. You know what I mean, like the League Cup type of thing. Yeah. And then obviously in this one, maybe I feel like that squad should be
Leicester.
Strong enough.
We're facing Leicester.
Yes, playing Leicester City at home. Leicester City at home.
Oh, okay.
I tried to get tickets for it, man, but the tickets were crazy prices, bro. Crazy prices.
How much?
Well, I was getting quoted 110. I said, I'm not paying 110 to go see a fucking League Cup third round against things.
To see Bobby Clark, innit, running around.
To see Bobby Clark and them man running around. Nah, I'm not on that. But yeah, again, Thiago, I don't even know what's up with that guy. Is he still alive?
Thiago's getting hip replacement, apparently.
Are you serious?
No. I know he had hip surgery, but I think it's a hip replacement at this point. Too many of them swivels, them swivels that you don't have to do, that you can just pop the ball off. No, that swivel thing, yeah, that Samba ain't Sambling like that, like that. So,
bruv.
Yeah, we got Jamie Phillips saying my team for tomorrow, saying Alisson, Gomez, Matip, Konate, Tsimikas, Gravenberch, Endo, Szoboszlai, Salah, Nunes, Diaz. Very, very strong.
Jamie, you're lying.
Klopp did that. I know about respecting the competition, but Klopp also spoke about rest. And I think going up against West Ham, knowing the threat that West Ham can pose, and the start that we've had, Klopp's going to want to protect that start at all costs. So he's going to give all the time in the world for Diaz to recover. McAllister ain't seeing Jack. I don't think did McAllister even travel? Yeah, he has done.
Yeah, I think he was there. Yeah.
But yeah, McAllister for me doesn't even. I don't even think he should warm up.
Nah, I don't want to see the brother warm up. I don't want to see that guy for a second. Like, come back West Ham and that, and I'm patting up and that. But yeah, it's funny though. So obviously this is our first Europa League game. Obviously, I don't know. We'll probably get to like predictions and stuff later on. But in terms of the Europa League, obviously, I know we've all joked about it. Heck, even the Europa League social media account has been tweeting about Liverpool every 2 seconds. Yeah, I mean, like we seem to be the hot topic in that competition. Fair enough. We'll have to take that L for this season. But the way you look at the Europa League, how are you seeing it though, in terms of like Liverpool in a general sense? Obviously, I can't remember every team in the competition, so I'll be lying if I said, oh yeah, this and that team's in there. But when you're looking at Liverpool in this competition, how do you see it kind of going? What do you expect? Like, what's your kind of expectations and stuff like that?
I mean, in regards to expect, I actually didn't speak about that. I just spoke about the fact that, I don't know, for the first time, maybe because it's something different. But the last time we were in the Europa League, I was excited to be in it. Like my last memory of it was Sturridge scoring that ridiculous goal in the final where I thought, the outside of the foot curling thing. Like, I mean, yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool, we're about this. And obviously then we got pumped, innit? And Klopp just, and that whole narrative of Klopp being the loser was getting spewed in my ears by United fans and everyone else. So,
bro, but he lost bare finals though. Donny was losing too many finals, bro.
But obviously, I wasn't trying to hear that at the point.
Yeah, of course.
For me, obviously, I'm looking at the Europa League and I'm like, look, it's a competition that we can win, but don't disrespect the competition because people look at it like the second tier competition. But not only are you playing more games than anyone else when you're in that competition, when you hit the knockout stages, you're getting all the people that are dropping off from the champs. Now, you never know who those teams could be. Like Sevilla last year, do you know what I mean? It could be Barca, it could be someone else. You don't know. And of course, Barca don't really like Barca don't look like they're going to drop out. They should top their group easily. But you just don't know in the Champions League. There might be a team that just fought. It might be a United. There might be do you know what I mean? It might be Arsenal. But Arsenal might just bottle it in the Champions League, and then you're facing Arsenal, and then it becomes a problem. So I don't go into it thinking, yeah, Liverpool need to win. Like it's easy, they're going to win the Europa League. No, but I think it's a competition that they should still respect and go all out for. I mean, I'm looking at the Europa League, and the teams there that are kind of interesting to go and obviously go and see is obviously you've got Roma in that. You've got Leverkusen, and Leverkusen are good. We saw what they did against Bayern Munich a couple of days ago. So they're decent. They got a draw out of there. Of course, West Ham are in the team. You've got Ajax, Marseille, Real Betis, Rangers, Sporting, Villarreal's in there. Villarreal, a decent team in the Europa League. Real Betis, Marseille, Brighton are in there as well. So the Slavia Prague, and we faced them in the Champions League before. So there are teams there that could go and cause you a problem on any given day, because that's what football is. But Liverpool by far, like when you just look at it on paper, are the best team out there in terms of like stature and name. And it always is one team that is there in terms of like, obviously the name, the players. You've got Salah, you've got Van Dijk, you've got Alisson in that squad. So, but yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm just very excited to go and see like rotation, seeing like new youngsters come through. We've seen the Europa League. Like, do you know what I mean? Saka came through Arsenal being in the Europa League. Do you know what I mean? Marcus Rashford being in the Europa League came through. Do you know what I mean? So there's opportunity for young players to kind of stake a claim. And it might be Doak, it might be Bajcetic again. Heck, it might be flipping Clarkson, it might be Clark, whoever. It might be Mabea, maybe, or Yarosh. He might go and play out in goal and be wicked. He might be better than Keller. We don't know, innit? So it's just about, seeing what can this team do. And then obviously once you get in it, and once we start getting it, do you know what I mean, further down the line in the knockouts and stuff, then we can start talking about what are Liverpool's chances and stuff. Because but right now, I don't know about you. What are you saying?
No, I agree with what you said there in the middle, bro. Like, I feel like Liverpool fans were almost disrespecting the thing. I'm like, oh boy, I don't know, because you see Sevilla, they're the kings of that. Kings. And they're in the Champions League. They're more than likely going to get bopped out of that Champions League, as they always do. Now, if they're looking like they're going to get bopped out, they're heading into Europa League. If they head into Europa League, I don't care what no one says. For me, that's their favourites. I don't care I don't care if Liverpool are on a crazy 25-game unbeaten run, 124, drawn 1, conceded 1 goal. I promise you, I'm still putting Sevilla as my favourites, bro. Like, that's a club that is like Real Madrid in the Champions League. They are so steeped in that competition's history that it's now just a voodoo. It's like a judge thing. That's just theirs. That's just theirs. So you just got to be careful. I saw them against Juventus last season. Juventus were at one point, I thought, Juventus got this. End up knocking out Juventus. I'm like, well, how did that happen? You know what I mean? Like, where the hell did that kind of come from? You know what I mean? So I'm not saying, of course, Liverpool, you're right. We are the best team in this competition as of right now, but we won't know until them Champions League teams obviously, get themselves knocked out. And then we can see really, all right, who have we got left? You know what I mean? Newcastle might drop down. Basically, all the English teams could drop out who are in the Champions League right now. Let's just say as an example, I think at least one of them, if not two, if we're counting Manchester United as well, they'll probably get knocked out. Then you're looking at, Dortmund. Newcastle.
Newcastle, Dortmund. I'm looking here. It could be Red Star Belgrade, Young Boys. You're looking at Shakhtar Donetsk, Antwerp, Braga, Union Berlin, Lens, PSV, Sevilla, Galatasaray, Copenhagen. So bro, you never know. It might even be Milan. It might even be Milan. Like, and what was it? Like, Milan didn't really like impress me that much. I know they had all the ball and that, but Newcastle were set out to be defensive, and they couldn't do anything. And if they're coming up against the better teams, I don't know how they're going to handle that.
Bro, like, I'm just taking a look now at some of the teams, but for all I know, how about, all right, so you got Group A, Galatasaray. So I think Munich will go through. After that, I have no idea. So Man United could drop out. That's in Group A. Group B, Sevilla, Lens, or PSV. Maybe Arsenal. Like, anyone could be in that Europa League, so I haven't got a clue. Napoli, Braga, Real Madrid, Union Berlin. Who knows in that kind of group? But I think we can maybe say, I don't know what the score is between Real Madrid and Union Berlin at the moment, but we can probably say Real Madrid will probably make it through, and then everyone else will just be battling it out. Real Sociedad, Benfica, Inter, Salzburg. I'm looking at that group right there. And I'm saying, techie, any team that you want. It doesn't even make a difference, because Salzburg, let's just say they're the weakest team, as an example. They finished bottom. I'm not trying to face Inter or Benfica or Real Sociedad away at any of them kind of grounds, you know what I mean, in the knockout stages, because them man just seem a bit too tricky. Atletico, will they make it through? Celtic are definitely getting bopped out of that thing. I already know that for a fact. So it's really Atletico, Lazio, Feyenoord. boy, fine, you're the top of the group at this current moment in time. Like, who knows? Do you know what I mean? Like, anything happen, PSG, Milan, Dortmund, any one of them ain't trying to, like, it's tricky, man. So you're right. I think we just got to wait and see. Hopefully we get a favourable draw. But it will be interesting to see, man, what Klopp does with this rotation. How the team, for me, the rotation is obviously one thing that I'm trying to look at. But the key is, how do we look when we rotate, though? Like, do we just look like how we always look when we rotate, which is, yo, these men need to come off the pitch. Like, I need to see Salah, I need to see Verge, I need to see whoever, like, on the pitch. I don't want that. I'm hoping we just kind of are able to still replicate some kind of quality when we're on the pitch, because remember that we're playing our weak team. Them men are playing their strong team, though. It's not like they're playing.
And for them, it's a cup final.
It's a cup final, facts. So we're going to respect it because these men are professional. I know they're not no idiots. Like, they're not going to take it for some joke thing. But we just got to be careful with how we prepare for the game and stuff like that. Away, first game as well. Yeah, look, I think we'll win. I think we'll win comfortably. But I agree with you what you said earlier. I think we also concede. Now, when we concede that goal, who knows? But we just got to just tread carefully. That's all. Just tread carefully.
I think looking at this game as well.
Let me even check these last players, man.
Yeah, like I actually done a review beforehand, so about the players and stuff. So they got some decent players. But looking at this game, I think for the first time under Klopp, we've got players that are like in more or less every position. More or less like similar like for like replacements, more so than we have done in years gone by. So of course we've got some players that, like Nunez, is kind of unique in how he is, but you know, we've got Diaz, we've got Gakpo. They can both. I've seen them both on the wing trying to get at their man. I know Gakpo hasn't done that for Liverpool because he played in a different position, but if he needs to do that, he can. Gakpo and Jota can both do that kind of false nine thing. Whoever's better is up to you to go and kind of people debate amongst themselves, but they both have done and gone and done that. Of course, there's no real like kind of Salah replacement, but Doak is the closest thing we've got to like a Salah kind of type player where he's going to try and run in behind and get in behind you and try to take you on like Salah used to do. So that gives us that dynamic. In the midfield, it seems honestly, apart from Endo, that's the DM, all the midfielders are the same. Bar Elliott, that's just a bit smaller than the rest of them. They're all like 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot plus. And McAllister obviously a bit different as well, but the rest of them, you can all rotate them. It's like Soboslai, Endo, Soboslai, Gravenberch, Jones. You could just rotate them depending on what you're trying to go and do. And then obviously at the back as well, we've now got Gomez, who's a bit more comfortable on the ball than like us, or he's more bozo, but then you've got Kwanzaa that's a bit more comfortable on the ball, Verge, and then you've got Konate that's a bit more rash as well and a kind of bit more aggressive. Obviously at right back is the only issue, like where we haven't got a Trent replacement, but Klopp's trying to play Gomez inverted, and then you've got Kelleher that's very, very good on the ball as well. So I do see kind of Klopp trying to do the exact same thing we do, but with these players, and it will be interesting to go and see how they go and cope in that regard.
It's interesting looking at last few results.
Yeah, they won 3-1 in their last game. They're very attacking like team, so they're gonna go for us. Like they don't mind losing that game. They'll look at that game and be like, hey, if we lose, we lose. So they're gonna come, and obviously they're gonna go and come and try to attack. Obviously you've got Royal Union and Toulouse as well, and both of those teams are all gonna be like, listen, it's a cup final. I mean, the captain for LASK, I think it's their striker. I've got it somewhere here actually. His name's Zul or Zuj or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that. Zul. I don't know. But yeah, he actually spoke to them Austrian, obviously Sky Sports, and said that since it was announced, it's the biggest game of the season for them. It's the biggest game already. So you know how they're preparing for it. You know how the fans are going to be for it as well. And the stadium is actually pretty good as well, from what I hear as well. So look, they're no slouches. Put it this way: they're third in the Austrian league, and that's the same league that Salzburg come from, which means that they can beat Salzburg on their day. They're not too far off. I know they finished quite a few points away from Salzburg, but Salzburg are the juggernauts in that league, like a Bayern Munich. But it's, do you know what I mean? It's like Bayern Munich in Germany, and then you've got like You've got, as an example, Borussia Dortmund, and then, I don't know, chuck whoever you want in there, Bayer Leverkusen as an example. That's the equivalent, isn't it? It's like they're one of those teams. So it'll be interesting to go and see. Man.
No, it's true. Yeah, again, just literally looking at it, and they've conceded 5 goals this season, scored 11 in the league. Yeah, it's gonna be seriously interesting to see how this game obviously pans out. But I think it will be more down to the squad, the 11 that he puts out there for tomorrow. If he puts out a decent enough 11, which the one that you just put up there as your starting lineup, I feel like Gravenberch would be my only, I don't want to say concern, but he ain't played no football. Donny's just been doing up training for time. Didn't play hardly any football last season. He's not match fit, in my opinion, anyway. But this is the type of game. Yeah, he played preseason. But like, he played preseason. Again, I don't want to disrespect LASK. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to go there. We might go there and slap them 8-1 kind of thing. That would be fantastic. Then we can all sit here and get gassed and, see how the team is. But also it'd be good as well because we can then actually see, okay, cool. Liverpool have got enough in terms of rotation at this early stage anyway, before we get to like the bigger teams and stuff like that, to be able to rotate. And then we can finally do what we've probably been asking, which is then you can save these guys, the Salahs, the Van Dijks and Alissons and stuff like that for the Premier League, meaning they're only really playing 1 game a week. If we think about it, like if they're not having to play Europa League or this League Cup crap, like, which I hate, like if they don't have to play that, then we're good. Then maybe we can keep certain players fit and then it won't be, hopefully too much of a problem. But yeah, like I said, man, it's gonna be an interesting game. What time's kickoff?
5:45.
Oh yeah. That's how you in Europa League, Champions League don't do them 5:45 kickoffs.
And you know what they do, Yesterday was a 5:45 for and today.
You're right. Real Madrid
5:45. So they're getting the same treatment, I don't know. I think they're trying to mix up, especially when there's going to be more teams next season in the Champions League as well. Bruv, hold on. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. There's, already finished today. It's at 3 p.m. kickoff.
Today, like who?
Hold on. Let me find it.
Bamba, you lot trying to go on under the radar and then thing.
Yeah, it's mad. 5:45, 5:45. What was the 3 p.m. one? It's mad. I saw it. I couldn't believe it. I was at 3 p.m. I was like, they're violating, man. Man
Certain man ain't even left school yet.
No one's left school by 3.
Yeah, bro. I can't watch the game. What's all that about? It must be some mad time over there then. Like a mad time.
No. It was in like France or something, man.
All right. That's kind of mad. People in the chat, whilst Joe just looking at, do you think we'll win the Europa League? Do you guys think we'll win the Europa League? I want to know.
We haven't even seen the performances in it.
Bro, the way that people are talking, man, I like I said, like I'm so wary of Europe, because Europe is so booky. Remember, you know how I know Europe is booky? Liverpool won the Champions League in 2005. If that doesn't tell you how booky the Champions League is, I don't know what will, bro. Like, because by no stretch of the imagination were we a good team, but we seem to just be so good in Europe and in like these cup competitions. When you compare us to like the other teams that we beat on the way, a Chelsea team who at that time was the best team in England, Juventus team who were Juventus, AC Milan who, in my opinion, at that time were the best team in the world or in Europe anyway, kind of thing. Like we were going on mad like that year, completely and utterly mad. Like, and then we get to the final. Obviously, we all know what happens next, kind of thing. So yeah, like I said, I just want to get through tomorrow's game. I'm not trying to get trolled come Friday morning. That's all I'm saying. Liverpool, don't even try and test my patience, please, because I'm already on the edge.
That's it. It was Conference League, 3 p.m. Lille versus some Olympique Stadion, some mad team. Damn mad that is. 3 p.m. in French time.
That's mad, yeah. Because France isn't. Is France the same time as it, or they're like an hour?
They're like
or something?
They're like an hour.
Yeah, they're not even.
But it's not too. It's still 3 p.m.
Yes, I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a mad thing.
That's behind closed doors. That's crazy.
That's what you think, bro. You know them hooligan, them Frenchmen. You know them some serious ultras over there.
They're calling in like, "Le travailler." I'm not working.
That's a le travailler. Fucking hell, man saying otra vez. These times we don't even know what that means. That could mean something crazy. Hey, no, you're dumb.
I got the coupe. Ramène coupe. La conference.
Yeah, but let me even check actually.
Yeah,
Lil, you know. But I think even just in regards to this, I think it will be one of those kind of games. It is just down to picking the right team, making sure we've got a good mix of players in there. We all want to see Doak. I know, I don't know what Klopp's thinking, because again, he's got that game against West Ham. He's going to be a catch-22. Players like Salah don't want to not play. We know what Salah's on. Salah's not on this. What do you mean sitting on the bench? Sitting on the bench for what? Like, brother, I want to get my goals up. Remember, this is Europe. At the end of the day, he still wants to get his goals up. This ain't League Cup where he's like, oh yeah, fuck that.
He was in there for time.
With Basel, with Basel,
Basel, Fiorentina, Roma, they're all that. That's their competition, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, let's keep it a stack. Do you know what I mean? Like that's his competition. Let's see. Salah goes in the Europa League. I guarantee he's shocking as well.
I bet he's got quite a few goals in that competition. But I think he will get dropped. But I know that. Excuse me, man. I know that. Do you know who left our best player? You're gonna have to ask Jerry that question. Yeah, I think it'll just be interesting to just generally see the type of team he puts out. Because I know certain men are gonna be fuming if they see someone like Salah playing.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but I can't even.
Brother, I can't even pronounce the team that Lille were playing today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
they got too many. It's like man's got LJs and they got two J's in there and an L, two L's in there. Like, yo, no disrespect again to whoever obviously supports that team and that.
No, I'll be able to go and do it. That's Olympic Ljubljana. Yeah, Ljubljana. Yeah, that's it.
Say that again.
Nice. Jeez,
Say that again. Ljubljana.
Yeah.
Olympic Ljubljana. Okay, say no more. Yeah, man's there. Hey, man's been taking lessons, you man. Obviously, Jerry needs to pattern up the Polish and that. You know what I mean? And just teach man 1-2 words. You know what I'm saying? When you man be having your conversations in the chat and that, I want to be able to get involved. Feel me?
There we go. Ravi saying, question Jerry G, do you know who are LASK's best players? Yes, I'm going to show you guys as well. For anyone that's coming, guys, please make sure we are smashing a like. So, doing my own kind of scouting research, you know how the things go. You know, we get sturdy.
We get sturdy peeps. I'm not even gonna lie to anybody right now. Let me tell you, I haven't got the foggiest, so I'm leaving this to Jerry. I'm just gonna nod my head because I ain't got a clue.
Cool. So, as we can see here, people, obviously they're probably most likely going to set up with a back three. They do change from a back three to a back four and play 4-3-3 or 3-4-3. So I do think against Liverpool, they're going to go and try go over 3-4-3. This is the team that faced that they won 3-1 recently. So their main players are going to be Havel, and it's not. Apologies for the image. I couldn't get the actual Havel guy because the actual Havel guy doesn't exist on this thing. He's 20 years old. He's a striker. Scored on the weekend as well. I believe Flecker scored as well, who's their right wing back in this situation, and then their striker Zulj as well. So I think
who's Hovarth? That Hovarth seems to be super familiar. Let me see.
Yeah, but Robert. Let's see how you pronounce it as well.
Who's that?
Must have it. Robert Julie. Whatever, is an Austrian professional footballer. He plays a midfielder or a forward. He's got 11 goals in 25 appearances for LASK. So he's done, like I said, recently he's got a lot of goals. I know he's in this season. He's already got 3 goals and 1 assist in 7 games. I believe it's like 5 goals and 2 assists or 3 assists in all competitions so far this season. So he's going to be a problem. Havel as well. He's a decent young striker. And that's about it. That's all I know, man. Their marquee signing for the summer was this Gambian midfielder from Roma that signed on loan, Darbo.
Okay.
He was actually he was a Europa Conference League winner in 21-22. Plays in midfield. but he's not match fit, so he's only played one reserve game for LASK. So he might come in, but he might be on the bench. I don't see him starting in that game. Big up to Bunda Hunter saying Linzer Athletic Sporting Club. Yeah, that's the team. Saying where's Gogginger? Yeah, he's actually injured. There we go. Flecker, Gogginger, and Ubuchi as well. You're rating Ubuchi, yeah? Okay, interesting. We got Phil Bidwer saying, question, are you doing a watch along for the match against LASK? Yes, we are. So we are going to be doing a watch along. So you can join us there. And obviously the last thing we've got to do, G, which is obviously going to be very difficult, is prediction, man. So I'm going to start with you and everyone in the comments as well. Please give us your predictions. And if you're watching this on a replay, please put your score predictions in the comments. I need more of you guys engaging in the comments, man. I need more of you guys commenting, letting us know what you think, letting us know. Do you know what I mean? That's no stats on the players. Maybe you guys have done some research, like Bunda Hunter as an example. Big up to Nico LFC in the building as well. But yeah, score predictions, man, for the game.
4-2.
I was just about to say that. I was going to say 4-2.
4-2. I feel like regardless, either way, they're doing pretty well anyway in the Austrian league. But even just kind of forgetting that, everything you said before about them in regards to that, it's going to be a cup final. Any team we face, it's a cup final in that competition. They're trying to take, we're the big scout. So I'm not saying we can't go undefeated, which should happen. We shouldn't face any real problems. But at the same time, these things can happen. Do you know what I'm trying to say? These things can happen, So I think 4-2. I think we will blitz them away eventually, kind of thing. Maybe they might even score first. Maybe we might score first. But either way, I think, 4-2. We can see the goal at minimum. And then, push it on from there, to be honest with you. Yeah,
I think 4-2 as well. Honestly saying, JJ, will you watch Klopp press conference? What, you want us to watch it on here? We can't even do that. We'll get copyrighted.
Yeah, we'll get copyrighted.
Yeah, so we can't even do that. So I'll watch it. I'll see what's going on, but we can't put it on. I know Jamie Felix has done it before, but I don't even want to risk it. So we've got honestly saying,
Jamie, I know you're part of the mafia, bro. Let us in.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
We've got honestly saying 3-0 LFC, and we just played a game out. We've got Axel De La saying 5-1. Bunda Hunter saying 4-1 Liverpool. Nunes, Brace, Elliott, and Matip. Okay, you got Matip to start, yeah? Interesting.
Bro, why is it every time? Big up, that name's too much of a pause, but yeah, big up yourself, yeah. Every time, it's not just you. Yeah.
Why is that a pause?
It just is, man. I don't know, it just is. Like,
is it a wifey that? Is it a wife?
It's just, yeah, man. Anyways. Why is it everyone always says, yeah, and I'm not saying it's not going to happen, by the way. If he starts, then I think he probably would score. But everyone always says every match week, Nunes brace. Every fucking week, Nunes brace, I swear, other than that Newcastle game, has he scored I feel like he has, though.
He has.
He has. But it's like every game that this brother plays, everyone's always like, Nunes is going to grab a brace. And I think with someone like Nunes as well, this might be a competition for him to, as Jerry mentioned before, that he might be able to, man said 1-1. This might be a competition, that he can just thrive in. And it'll just give him some level of confidence that he can just take into league games. But also on the flip side, it will also mean, one, if he doesn't score, he's pissed because he's looking at it thinking, right. But also, we then have to be wary of injuries. I don't know what it is with Nunes. I'm not saying he's injury prone because I don't think he is. But recently, he has been picking up injuries, though. Not even just the one that he picked up on international duty, or that was more of a strain or whatever it was. Back in the last season, even during the season, he was just picking up like little ones here and there. And you know what? It's funny. Because we started out with Konate like that. Everyone was like, no, G, don't watch that, man. It's just a couple injuries here. Now Konate's an injury problem. Like out of nowhere. Well, not even out of nowhere, because he was kind of that injury. Yeah, you knew he was.
Yeah.
But why though, man? But
it's the pace, isn't it? It's the pace. When you got that pace, it's like, remember with Owen, like any Sturridge, any brother that's got pace like that, like you can't sustain it, innit? You can't be like that, like rapid and not get injuries. Like unless you're like a Rooney, which you're built mad sturdy, or like a Traore that's built mad sturdy. And even then, Traore will be out with hamstring niggles all the time.
He does get injuries anyway. I feel like Traore
when you're that fast, you're going to get injuries. You're not designed to be going for 90 minutes running around like that.
Let me ask you this, yeah? You're just talking about Nunes quickly, yeah? Obviously, we've seen with other players, like when they're so quick, obviously, when they get to a certain age, they like have to change up their game, you know, so to speak. Why are you busting up?
Fuck no.
Nah.
What, in midfield? Change up his game.
All I'm asking is, what do you think a Nunes is going to look like when his pace just goes? He might get lucky like Salah, though, where he might be 30s and still blowing, man. Pause kind of thing. So, but like, I look at players like him. Konate is another one as well. If he loses pace, might start getting a bit techy for him.
Konate ends up being like Kolo Touré. That's a fact. That Aboué, Kolo Touré, Gallas, all them brothers, you know he's destined for Afnis. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to actually make some merch destined for Afnis. You know that.
That's actually, I like that. You know, destined for Afnis. I like that. No, destined for Afnis. I like that one.
He's destined for Afnis.
But yeah, do you think Nunes will be able to like?
Unless he becomes, and this is obviously if he's able to become like a clinical striker, he becomes like Cavani. He can become like where his hold-up play becomes better, and then he's a fox in the box because he knows where to be. He just needs to think about, all right, if I ain't got the pace, I need to be 2 steps ahead of you. So it just depends on whether those brain cells develop in it. In like, if not, then I don't know, man. There's who to use as an example. Lennon, he was fast. Walcott,
Jesus Christ, bro. What happened to Wayne Routledge?
Yeah. No, but Wayne Routledge had the bit of like, he could get on the balls a bit more. But I'm trying to think of who had pace. But just when the pace was gone, they were dead.
It probably was players like your Owens, the Walcotts, and people like that. Like Owen was so fast, man. Owen was so fast, bro.
That's what it is. But yeah, he ain't dropping into no midfield role and that. Like,
well, okay. You don't have to drop into midfield then. You don't think he can even do like a Gakpo thing?
What?
So still play up front. Still play up front, but be like just drop in every now and then. Firmino type of.
Like Bobby.
Yeah, like a Bobby.
No, hell no. Like he's destined for. Do you know what I mean? He's destined for. He needs to just stay up front, and he's not going to be on the wing when he's fast. He has to be like a Cavani, brother. If he can finish, listen, if he goes and scores 20% more of the chances that he misses. For me,
by the way, we've still got the bet. I said I would get the top if he gets 30 plus goals. Exactly. He's on. So he got 28 to go. He's got 28 to go.
Yeah, let me know which one. The purple one. The
up to you. As in you or the viewers, however you want to do it. You guys will pick whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, I won't. I'll leave that to you guys.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, yeah, obviously.
Big up honesty. Yeah, it will come like Obafemi Martins and them, man. You know them.
Yeah. Yo. Obafemi Martins was just pace though, that pace.
But then when he kind of lost it,
yeah, he was dead.
He was just dead. Like he was actually. That's, you know what? Yeah, we should do a show one time. People in the chat, man, let us know. We should do a show on like some of these forgotten players because certain man's careers. I'm looking at like Obafemi Martins. Only played for Inter Milan. You know what I'm saying? Then obviously moved to Newcastle. Like there's so many players like that out there, like who've obviously been and gone kind of thing. That'd be interesting to take a look.
Oh my God! Do you know what he reminded me of someone that was like that?
Who?
Remember Dumbia?
I remember him on FIFA. I'll tell you that much for free, boy. I remember him on FIFA, boy.
They do Dumbia, yeah. Listen to this. So was mad career in it, playing in flipping. Where's this? Playing some teams in Ajiban and all of that. So in Ivory Coast. Obviously, he moves to a Japanese team called Tokushima Vortis on loan. Gets 7 goals in 16. He then goes to Young Boys.
Oh my God!
He then goes to Young Boys. Gets 50 goals in 64 appearances. He then moves to CSKA Moscow, which we know him of. He gets 61 goals in 95 appearances. Yeah, so he's slapping them in. Goes to Roma when the pace is dying now, yeah, because he lied about his age. Like, I'll show you a picture of him. He definitely lied. 2 goals in 13 appearances. Went back to CSKA Moscow, 5 goals in 13 appearances. Then went to Newcastle on loan, if people remember. 3 appearances, no goals. Went to Basel on loan from Roma and upped it up again. So managed to get 20 goals in 25 appearances. Went to Sporting on loan, 14 appearances, no goals. Girona, 17 appearances, 2 goals. Sion, 15 appearances, 5 goals. And then ended up at Hamrun Spartans, who are a Maltese professional team with 3 goals in 5 appearances.
Yeah, good record. good little ratio there, boy.
Yeah, the ratio Maltese. Died. The ratio just died.
I beg you, just sorry, I don't want to take too long, but I beg you, big up Scraps, because I forgot about BMB. Was it Biambiani?
Oh, Biambiani.
Biambiani, bro.
That's another one as well.
Man said he played for Inter. Bro, like I said, FIFA. This tells you how I don't play FIFA and how long ago that man would have even been into FIFA, when man like him was the kind of players that, man's buying him purely for the pace. Him, Wellington, all them type of Donnies there. I'm just buying purely for pace.
Oh my God.
Bro,
Wellington, isn't it?
Wellington, sorry. Wellington.
Hold on. Another Breda as well. Another Breda. Oh,
bro, he must have been the most used player, but was not a good player in real life. Like, I don't think he did anything. No,
Wellington was all right at Spartak. He was all right.
Spartak, that's it. Spartak.
He was all right. Hold on. This image ain't going to work. Hold on. There's another Breda as well that we're forgetting. Couple brothers. Hold on. I need to get up for the man them on the stream. Guys, make sure we're smashing a like, please.
Make sure, people.
Yeah, so look. This is Seydou Doumbia, yeah? Guess how old he was in this picture, G?
I would say real. Are you talking real age or the age that he says?
The age that he said he was when he was here.
25. What was the age? I only just guessed that. What was the age?
He was 25. Yeah.
25. Yeah. You see with man. But what country are you from? Ivory Coast.
Yeah, of course.
Come on, man. You know these men there, man.
Exactly.
Cote d'Ivoire, them and type of Donis.
You see Scraps. Scraps is speaking facts. This is the brother I'm talking about. Ibabo. That Colombian brother. Ibabo Divino Doumbia. Run for Roma. Pace.
Like I said, man like him, man like what's his name with his head top look at as in, I used to think, right, you know what, I don't even mind being bald when your head top looks like that. Javinho. Like them type of Donnies there, like who just pace. That's all I cared about, bro. That's all I cared about was just they had mad pace. 22 real life, 37 with a mortgage and 4 kids. Yeah, for real, bro.
Boo Rider saying 40. You got Angel saying 42. Guys, make sure there's 40 people in the building. Make sure we get to 40 likes easily off the back. Should be 41, 42 because me and G aren't in the stream and we liked it as well. So, guys, please make sure we're on 36. Can we get 4 likes, please? But, yeah, it was crazy, man. Asamoah Gyan. What do you mean you, man, remember Asamoah Gyan? Asamoah Gyan's a legend. What are you talking about?
Hey, come on, man. We don't need to... Asamoah Gyan was like... That this is what I'm saying. Man got to do... Man got to do a whole stream just looking at... I told you, too many forgotten players, bro. Too many forgotten players. When I saw that goal from, I know this is going way off topic, but when I saw that goal from Elmander for Bolton, when he just turned man in the box and them thing there, I said, brother, yeah, you see these type of strikers, man's not producing. See that type of striker? That type of striker for me is like the equivalent of today's version of like, really, it's like a Nunes, bruv. Like he's that type of brother. He is. Bruv, all right, say no more. Stay right there. Let me see what his record was even saying. Elmander.
He was basically like Ricky Lambert.
Nah, because Ricky Lambert bagged goals. Ricky Lambert was a goal scorer. 100% goal scorer. Not like Ricky Lambert, though. Bruv, Ricky Lambert was all like Bristol, whatever it was.
Yeah, let's see Elmander.
Let me see what his career scroll down. Okay. I mean, I don't want to go through his whole thing, but even his whole thing anyway, slightly was actually kind of dead. Because his best scoring rate ever
Yeah, it's dead, man. It's dead. It's like 20 goals in it or something like that.
Nah. It's not even 20 goals, my guy. It's not even 20 goals.
Johan Elmander, that brother.
Yeah. That wasn't even his best goal return. His best goal return was 13.
No,
in one season.
It's saying here, it's saying 22 and 64.
Oh, I'm not talking all combat. Yeah, one season. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, one season. Yeah. Like he only. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he scored over 100 goals in his career. He's probably happy just to say, yeah, I've been able to score 100 professional goals in his time in football. But yeah. Now I remember when he was playing for Bolton and that. Yeah. He was. That's crazy. In Bolton, in both seasons that he was there. Oh no, he scored 12 in his last season for Bolton. That's mad.
Okay.
And then he got a move to Galatasaray off of that season.
So he's the equivalent of like.
All right, maybe not Nunes there. Oh
no, what is Joe or someone like that?
Who?
Don't you remember Joa?
Who's Joa?
I want to show you.
You just reminded me of someone though. Brazilian brother. Man City signed him. Joa. Oh, what the fuck is the man's name? Guys, in the chat, man. What's my man's name? The Man City brother. He signed for Everton later on. Brazilian brother. No. He was tall though. I want to say Joe. I want to say Joe. I want to say Joe. I want to say Joe.
Hold on. Yo. Another one as well is remember Jelavic for Everton.
Jelavic. I feel like I'm going to type his name right now.
Jelavic. Bruv, the goals and Papi Cisse as well. Another one.
Hey, don't get me started. Oh, Nikki. Oh, he used to play for Rangers. I thought. Was it Rangers?
Yeah, and he went to Everton. Yeah,
he went to Everton. Yeah.
This is Joe. Do you remember?
Oh my days. Yeah. This is before Leicester won the Premier League, no?
Yeah. It's the season before.
Season before.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Because he played for Brighton. That's it. He played for Brighton. Played for Brighton before moving to thing. Can't remember. He scored a few goals for Brighton and that. I'm looking at some of these players, yeah, and I'm actually just laughing my head off, bro. Like, I was back. Yeah. No, I was saying, back in the day, I don't think people understand. There were so many different types of strikers, man. Like every team put the ball in the back of the net.
You just cut out. That was mad.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my thing, man. I need to pattern up something. But yeah, like they had so many different types of strikers, whereas now, I reckon I can count them all on one hand.
No, you still got that, Think about it.
Go through the Premier League. Name everyone's striker.
Cool. Tony.
Who's good? Don't just say like a striker.
No, bro. I said Tony. I started.
No. I'm just saying before you continue, bro.
All right. Tony, Callum Wilson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That type of level, though. Remember, I'm not saying some random striker. Tony.
Yeah.
Callum,
Yeah.
Antonio. Watkins. Raul Jimenez was one of them, but he's obviously fallen off. Mitrovic was one. I know he's left now. Who else? I think that Beto will be one for Everton.
Beto, when you got a name like that, you're not destined to do nothing.
Now he's got a decent record though from Udinese.
Bro, I remember Bebe had a decent record and he moved to Manchester United.
No, but Beto's playing games. Bebe was supposed to be the second coming of Zidane and that. That's the difference. Who else? I don't
even know Sheffield United striker. I don't know Luton striker.
No. Luton striker is Carlton Morris and Tosin Adaribayo. But Adaribayo is the deadest striker the Prem's ever seen. He's the deadest striker.
Nah. Deadest striker I've ever seen. What's that black brother, Hench Blackhew, used to play for Sheffield United? You're making me go back into the archives, Jerry. Nah. Bro, I was just born in 1991. I'm Adi Sutton.
Sheffield United.
Yes, man. Oh, chat, man. Where are you at when I need you, like? What the fuck is his name, bro? He was so dead, but he was what we call stereotypical.
Yakubu.
Yeah, but Yakubu was solid, though. Yakubu was solid.
Hold on. Victor Anichibi, the Black Scout.
No, he was deader than him. He was deader than him, bro. I promise you. Oh, shit. You know, okay, I'll even just go through the year. I think they were in the Premier League 2004 or something.
Yeah. So you're talking 04 or 05, and that man was like, hold on, striker, yeah.
Yeah, man. Black brother, and he had
what, Danny Cadamateri or something like that?
No. As soon as you say it, I'll know. I don't think it was Steve Cabot.
David Johnson?
No. McGoldrick's dead as well, man. He's a shit shot.
No, McGoldrick was right though. McGoldrick got tech. Nah,
man. McGoldrick got no tech.
Yeah, he does. He can hold up. Yeah, McGoldrick, you know. Nah, but listen. Adebayo, yeah. Next time you watch Luton, please watch him play. I'm gonna send you a clip of him of his last game. I was having the same argument with someone as well, and they were like, "Oh, rah, man, he's actually dead."
Hold on. Sometimes I do love Google. I do love you can just type in anything.
Big up to honestly saying, question, will there be a striker like Jamie Vardy who came at the age of 32 and took the league by storm?
Did he come on 32? He didn't come on 32.
He's at 29, 28 when he came.
Yeah. No way.
But, there could be. Lambert did it. Ricky Lambert did it at older. Ricky Lambert was older. Ricky Lambert was slapping them in free kicks, headers, penalties. He was rassing them in.
Akimbai. Fucking hell, bro. Thank you. This is what I love about Google, you know.
What, Ade Akimbai?
Yeah, man. Oh my goodness gracious me, bro. Yeah. Ade Akimbai. I'm looking at Donny now. Yo, I promise you.
Wamp, though.
Huh?
He's wamp. He's ripped.
Bro, I promise you. Sorry, was it not Sheffield United then? Was it? Yeah, it was Sheffield United, 2006, 2007 season. I thought so. I was thinking I've seen his brother play.
But he was getting, look, Stoke City, 17 goals in 60, 16 in 39. Sheffield United scored 3 goals. I guarantee in 18 appearances. I guarantee you, Adebayo, yeah, plays for Luton. I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm really sorry. I'm shockingly sorry because from Fulham days, you were calm in the academy and that. He's been terrible, bro. I don't think he's going to get a goal. And he starts every game.
Yeah. You know what that means? He's going to score a goal randomly just in one match. A game that you just don't even think.
We're going to have to get up. Man. I'll send it to you in a sec. But people, that's obviously been the preview show for obviously our first Europa League game. Please make sure we're tuning in tomorrow because tomorrow we are going to be doing the watch along. We're going to be starting from 5:30. So please make sure you guys are in and checked in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have to redirect this for the show. So I'm going to do it. So make sure you watch us on a replay. Make sure you're hitting the likes upon entry as well. Subscribe if you're new and viewing us to the channel. Let the people know what's popping on, obviously, over on GTV, and then we'll take the people out.
To be honest, I think I'll be here. You guys will catch me here tomorrow on Jerry's show. If I've got anything, might be just more around the match itself. So match reaction, just a quick one I might do on my own. But yeah, tomorrow, guys, just make sure you're tuned in for the watch along. It is going to be interesting. I tell you that for free. Oh, sorry, what channel is the game on? I don't even know Europa League, man. What channel on that?
BT Sport. Everything's Discovery Plus. Everything's on Discovery Plus.
Say no more.
Yeah, them ones, man. Yeah, but people, until next time, have a great evening. It's been the Joey James Show, and we are out. Take it easy.
Boom.